YouTube, let's get it. Back with another vid, YouTube. It's your boy Big Gap. Today is part 1 of the 3S short course truck battle, baby. We have the top three of the top RTR short course trucks on the market. We have the Losi Tenacity TT Pro, we have the Arrma Senton 3S, and we have the Traxxas Slash 4x4 VXL. So we're just gonna get out here, man, do a comparison video, man. It's gonna be a long video, fellas. It's probably gonna be in more than one part, so y'all bear with me. But we just gonna look at some of these handling characteristics, talk about the difference in driving. Starting off with the TT Pro, just from the driving that I've been doing with it. If you want to race on a track or something similar to a track, this TT Pro is going to perform better than the other two. They all lack on tires, stock, but it's crazy because the DB Pro stock tires perform awesome, but the TT Pro they don't perform as well. I don't know whether it's because of that body balloon, that body parachuting it and getting it off of its wheels a little bit more, but as far as racing, so far this one right here handles the best. So we're gonna get it back here in the back, get a couple of jumps, put it through a little bit of a durability, see how it flies. But as of now, so far, this one right here handles the best. But I'm gonna drive them back to back so I can really be able to tell the difference before I say yay or nay. We can see. With this body don't bungle around as much. It does bump around, but it's pretty secure, so it's not making a lot of sounds, a lot of noise. This is the only one with the metal chassis, aluminum chassis. All the other ones have plastic chassis, but this is the most expensive of the three too. This one is $429. The Slash that I'm running is only $389, and then the Senton is at $319. So it's the cheapest of the bunch. But this thing running good, man. I'm running a 5,000 milliamp 50C smart battery in here. Nice air. No AVC, it's completely off. This thing drives like a champ, fellas. A champion racehorse. And I knew once I drove the DB Pro, I knew I had to have a TT Pro. Like I said, it doesn't quite perform as good as the DB Pro does, but it's still a great truck. With this truck, you do have to watch your temperatures though. When you're going hard with it for a long time, they recommend that you use the optional pinion. That's what I have in mind, the optional pinion for when you want to run 3S. I think it might be 1 or 2 teeth smaller than the stock. They want you to use that because the motor temps do get fairly hot on this truck. I'm yet to overheat it, but I've yet to run it just balls to the wall for the full pack. I've never ran it like that. So I rarely get to run my cars like that because I have when I go out to drive, I have so many with me that by the time I get 10-12 minutes with this one, it's about time to switch to another one. So let's get another jump. Flies through the air nicely, which all short course trucks do. It's turning on a dime, fellas. Turning on a dime. Not threatening to roll over as much. That metal chassis is doing its job. I love the turning on this thing, man. I love the turning on this truck. Sometimes when you get sideways, with no AVC on, it's kind of wiggly on you, hard to get it back straight. But once you get used to it, you'll figure it out. This thing drives like a charm. Out of the three, I think this one may be, it's gonna be close with this one and the Slash as far as speed. We are all, well, I know that the Senton is just faster than both of the other two cars in the competition. I wish I had the space to be able to show you, but you have to just take my word on it. When you look at speed runs on stock systems, that Senton is going to get you about 51 or 52 miles per hour. I did do a speed run on this one, and I maxed out at 48. I didn't do one on the Slash yet, but I maxed out at 48 on the speed run with this one on 3S. Yes, sir. Flies nice though, man. Flies nice. All right, fellas, that's the run of the TT Pro. Next up will be the Senton 3S. I'll be right back with y'all. All righty, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, the Senton is now up. And off the rip, I can just tell the difference. Just by this quick little blast, I can tell the difference in speed and power. Neither one of the other short course trucks will threaten to do this right here. Look at that, lifting up, wheeling. But that does make this one a little bit harder to control when it comes to quick throttle blasts. It makes it hard to control. It gets crazy, especially on those stops. This one does have better tires than both other vehicles, so that is a positive for this one. See, this one gets crazy in the back. It gets crazy in the back. Look at him. So I mean it's a given, man. Speed and power, this got both of the other ones beat, and this one has both of the other two beat, just with the speed and the power. Hard hit, and she's still rocking. She's still rocking. The body bounces around a lot on this one too. I did put foam inserts in there to help it a little bit with the bouncing around, so it doesn't bounce around as much as it did. But it still does bounce around a little bit. But this thing, man, see, this thing gets crazy in the back, man. Hard to control sometimes. It gets so crazy. This is definitely a basher's truck. You can race it, few tunes and tweaks, you can race it, but this is definitely a basher special right here. Definitely a basher special. But with the power, like I said, this one would be the hardest to race. Hands down, it would be the hardest to race, especially on loose dirt. Not as, you know, on grass like this, you probably can do pretty good. But on the loose dirt, man, it's tough. It's tough with this one because of that power. Flies through the air wonderfully, fellas. Flies through the air wonderfully. This is I'm also running a 5,000 milliamp 50C smart battery in this one as well. I love the battery straps on this one. It allows you to be able to fit much bigger batteries, long and fat batteries. So that's a plus on the battery tray for Arrma. Keep up the good work. Whew, got crazy on me. This little truck right here though is fun, man. This would be the best value truck at $319. And I don't want you to think just because it's the cheapest that it's the cheapest. No sir, no sir. It is a great performing truck for that $300. Turns really well, sometimes turns too well. I do have better traction on my tires with these. Like I said, these are some aftermarket tires. Handles that thick grass like nothing. Handles that thick grass like nothing. Look at it. Ooh, wheeling through the thick grass, baby. Let's go. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, Senton 3S, baby. All right, say no more, man. I don't have to keep driving this car around. We know that this car is awesome. All right, we moving on to car number 3, which will be the Traxxas Slash. Let's get it. All right, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, we back. This will be the Slash 4x4 VXL. This is the newest one of my fleet. I'm liking this truck pretty much so far. I swapped the battery. I got a fresh 5200 milliamp 50C battery in here. And let's get it. As I can see, I am gonna have to tighten that slipper clutch up just a little, because I feel like this truck, I feel like with a tighter slipper, this truck would be able to wheelie how the Senton does. She getting down through there though. She getting down through there. Ooh, little jump. Let's get it. This is the middle of the road as far as price. This truck was $389, $379 or $389, one of the two. As far as price, as I could tell with this truck, unlike the other two, this one with that higher center of gravity chassis, it is a little bit more susceptible to a rollover. As I see, I can't turn it as hard as I just was turning the other two. And speed wise, I can just tell how I'm blasting off speed wise. This and the Losi is really close speed wise, really close speed wise. So the Losi, I got 50, 48 on the Losi. So this is probably right around the same, 40, 48, 47, 48, 49, somewhere around in there. The good thing about this truck is the TSM does really well on this truck. It does really, really well. Don't take over too much. It handles it pretty good, takes these jumps pretty good. Those tires are ballooning. They are rubbing that body a little bit. See, he threatened to roll over a good little bit more. I had to throttle through that one. I can't turn them as swift as I could the other two. Nice jump. Run good though. Run is good, man. The thing is running excellent. It's running excellent. I just noticed Mr. Bruce them got a nice little new deck on their house. Oh man, I might have to bite that, but I don't got that part. Anyway, let's go. Sorry, y'all. Running good though. I am gonna play with that slipper just a little bit because I feel like it's slipping a good little bit too much. I mean, you want it to slip some, but it feel like it's just got a little bit too much slippage in it. And like I said, I am going to eventually put a LGC chassis on here, even though that's going to take up the price. I know a lot of people going to say, oh, why you didn't compare the LGC, the Slash Ultimate with the other ones? Because the Ultimate Slash has upgrades. This Slash doesn't have upgrades. The Ultimate Slash does. It has aluminum wheel hexes and all kind of little aluminum parts. It has drive shafts. It has a different kind of battery tray. The chassis sits lower, and the price on that is like what, $529 or $539. That would mean that car would be $200 more than the Arrma car, and it would be $100 more than the Losi. So that's a to me that's a different grade of a different grade of truck, because it has upgrades right out of the box. So I know a lot of people gonna say, oh, you gotta do it to Ultimate. No, I don't. Ultimate is $529. This one is $389. The Losi is $429, and the Arrma is $319. So price wise, this is a more comparable truck, and upgrade wise, this is more of a comparable truck. But yes, this thing is running good, fellas. Yes sir, I'm liking it though. Yeah, she's slipping pretty good. She's slipping pretty good. I'm gonna have to play with that slipper clutch. She's running though. She's running. So when I get in the house, man, we're gonna end the video out. We're gonna talk about some more of the differences sitting down. Some of my likes and dislikes about all three vehicles. But this thing is running good though, fellas. Running good. Ooh, I held it that time without flipping over. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh, let's go, Slash. Let's get it, Slash. Let's get it, Slash. One more jump, man. We're gonna get out of here, man. We're gonna go in here and summarize this video, man. Close it on up. Oh, hard hit. Took it like a champ, baby. Let's go, Slash. All right, fellas, we're gonna, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna finish the video on the inside talking about both cars. I mean, all three cars, and we're gonna get out of here. Hold tight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the studio after a quick rip of all three cars. I kind of wanted to get out to the to my little makeshift neighborhood races track to show you the difference, but I wasn't able to get there. So as you can see, I have all three of the cars sitting in front of me. We have the Traxxas Slash, we have the Arrma Senton 3S, and we have the Losi Tenacity TT Pro. First, we're gonna start off with battery trays, starting down on the end with the Traxxas. Come on, Traxxas, we have to do better. I know y'all like to use your batteries and no other batteries, but we have to do better with the battery trays. This, I left the batteries in so y'all can see. This tray is still tight even for the small 3S batteries, the small size 3S batteries. It's still a little bit tight. So you have to remove that and then you can take the battery out. But you have to run the thin batteries because of this little thingy. I know it's different on the LGC version because you can switch it around. But even with that one, I have that LGC chassis. I think that's on my Rustler, I want to say, and it still limits to certain batteries that you just can't fit. So we have to step that up, Traxxas. Next, we'll go to the Arrma 3S. It's right in the middle. I shouldn't have to pick it up. Y'all should be able to see straight down on it. It has the straps, man. This is the best thing going for a battery tray. This is the best thing going. It's easy, simple. You can fit the fatter pack. This is a bigger pack. You can fit a bigger pack in here. Just strap them down good with the Velcro straps, and it works out perfectly. So that's that battery tray. And then last but not least, we have the Losi Tenacity's battery tray. It's a little bit better. It did come with the extensions right here to make it be able to fit the bigger batteries. But this is about the biggest battery that they can fit. So if you want to put like some 7,000 milliamps and get a long run time, they will not fit. And that's the good thing about the Arrma, is because some of them will fit, not all of them, because the real fat ones, they won't fit in the Arrma as well. But it's a plus with the way they have their battery trays set up. So there it is. Y'all excuse all the dust. I'm gonna dust and grass. I'll knock that out before I put the cars away. All right, so next up, we'll go to drive shafts. So under the battery trays, we all know the Arrma 3S BLX wins when it comes to the battery trays. Next up, we go to the drive shafts. As you can see right here, Traxxas has the plastic drive shafts, the gyroscopic or whatever they slide in and out drive shafts. I don't bash real hard, so they should be good for me. I am eventually going to change those to the metal drive shafts because I know this is a weak point for the car. So I will be changing that out. But they have the plastic gyroscopic drive shafts. So does the Arrma 3S. It has the same, the plastic gyroscopic, I guess that's how you call them, drive shafts that go in and out. I've only broke, out of all the 3S rigs I've had, I've only broken one. And that was on my old Senton, matter of fact, my old Senton 3S, the VE2 version. I broke one of the drive shafts on it. It broke at the top. So that's another, that is also a weak point for the Arrma car as well. Now, when we get into the Losi Tenacity TT Pro, it has metal drive shafts. So it has drive shafts like your normal 1/8 scale, 1/8 scale buggy or whatever. It has metal drive shafts. So that is a big plus, man. So in the drive shafts, I have to give, ooh, that's loose right there. I'm glad I saw that. I'm gonna have to tighten that screw I have to give it to the TT Pro, man, with the drive shafts, the outside drive shafts and the middle drive shafts. Both of the other two cars come with slipper clutches. The Arrma and the Traxxas, they both come with slipper clutches. This one does not have a slipper clutch. It has a regular center diff in it. This is the Pro version, so I guess that's why it has the regular center diff in it. So that is a plus. And it has metal drive shafts front and rear. So on the drive shafts, I gotta give it to the TT Pro. Shocks. Okay, these have plastic shocks. The Traxxas Slash has plastic shocks. They're not threaded body shocks. They're just, you have to just do the preload clips in the shocks. So the same you can say for the Arrma. The bore is bigger. It's a fatter shock all the way around, but it has the preloads. It's not a threaded body shock. The TT Pro, it has actual threaded body aluminum shocks, and that is a definite plus, fellas. A definite plus when it comes to the TT Pro. Shock towers. You have plastic shock towers on the Traxxas and on the Arrma, and on the TT Pro you have aluminum shock towers. So that is another plus where the Losi TT Pro wins with the aluminum shock towers. So with that being said, let's keep it moving. As far as the speed, as we all know, the Arrma Senton 3S is the faster vehicle. I did a speed run on this, not on tape, but I did a speed run with my GPS on this car, and I was able to hit 52 miles per hour with the Arrma Senton 3S. I haven't done one on the Traxxas Slash just yet, but it feels like it's around the same speed. I did do one on the Tenacity TT Pro, and it did 48 miles per hour. So as far as speed, I would say the Arrma Senton has the nod on the speed. But I don't want to be totally wrong, so I will do a speed test on the Slash to make sure. But I can feel the difference in the speed just off the rip. So I know this truck is going to be faster. TT Pro, going to the chassis. The Traxxas Slash has the high center of gravity plastic chassis. Pretty good chassis. I've never had a problem with any of my Traxxas chassis breaking. So it does pretty awesome. So that's a plus. The Senton 3S also has a plastic chassis. As you can see there, the Senton 3S has a plastic chassis. And the Tenacity TT Pro actually has a metal chassis. So that is an excellent upgrade. That warrants the few more dollar price, the $100 more expensive price is because of that metal chassis right there. So that is a definite plus with that metal chassis. Even though I don't bash hard enough to break and bend chassis anyway, but it just seems like that metal chassis always does better for me on every car except for the X-Max. The X-Max is king with the plastic chassis. But that's for a whole other video. But anyway, that's where we are with the 3 trucks. As far as bashability, I've never had a problem with neither one of these rigs breaking, but I feel more comfortable sending the Arrma Senton 3S because I've sent it before. I backflipped it. It has the power to pull the backflip off. It's just a beast of a truck. So bashability, I have to go with the Senton 3S. All right, part support. We all know part support is a big part of RCing. You have to have good part support. And we all know the winner of that category is going to be the Traxxas Slash because the part support is totally crazy. You can get the parts every hobby shop. You can find these parts almost anywhere for this actual truck. You go on Amazon, everything for this truck is on Amazon. Every little piece, all the way from screws to this little side skirt, all the pieces are on there. I am gonna do some upgrades on the Slash. I'm gonna go to the low center of gravity chassis, and I'm gonna go to the metal drive shafts. I'm gonna leave the plastic drive shafts in the Arrma because they do so well. So I will leave those, but I am gonna change the drive shafts on the Slash. When it comes to raceability, if you want a truck, you're a newbie getting into the game, but you want a truck that can actually race decently, perform and keep up and do very well right out of the box, I'm gonna have to go with the TT Pro because it handles and drives like no other. Even though it's not the fastest, it still handles the best out of all three of these rigs. Stock tires. I will have to give the stock tire setup to the TT Pro as well. The Senton stock tires, they're just not that good. I ran them one time and I took them off. Even on my old Senton, I did not run the stock tires. The TT Pro tires are pretty good. They're pretty good right out of the box. You can find better options, but right out of the box, they're pretty good. So next, we say bang for your buck. I feel like the Arrma, you get more bang for your buck. And the reason why I say that, some people would say the TT Pro, but the reason why I say that is because of the durability and the price of this truck. This truck is the fastest and just about the toughest truck up here on this table, and it's only $319. You cannot beat $319 for a truck of this status, a truck of this stature. You cannot beat it for $319. With that being said, this one is $389. I think it could be better for $389. That's basically $400 after taxes. I could say they could have gave you a little bit more, but as we all know, you know, it's Traxxas, man. They're one of the top dogs. They can do what they want to do when it comes to prices. And the TT Pro, it warrants the $429 that the $429 price tag is worth every penny of that $429. The truck is not meant to be bashed really hard. I think it's more of a racer slash fun truck. It's not really a 30-40 feet send it kind of truck. If you want that in a short course truck, this is gonna be your best bet. This Mojave is gonna be your best bet. But as far as how it's put together, I have to give it to the TT Pro, man. Losi did an excellent job with this truck, man, with the design of this truck, man. The design of this truck is awesome, man. It has chassis braces. It has metal drive shafts. It has a center diff. It doesn't have slipper clutch and all that kind of stuff. This is an excellent option. So with that being said, fellas, I hope I helped y'all out. Don't get mad at me because I like one more than the one that you thought was better is not the one that I pick. But you know, we all have our own opinions. We all feel differently about it. This is just the way I feel. So for an all-around truck, bashability, racing, the speed, the handling, me personally, I have to give the win to the Losi Tenacity TT Pro. I have to give the nod to the Losi Tenacity series truck. This is a great truck, fellas. Small mods, a shock oil change, diff fluid change, and this could be the excellent ultimate racer race buggy. You can change out ESC, take out this bash, because this is a bash setup. Put a race setup in here, and this will be a knockout of a truck. So in the short course 3S truck battle, I will have to give my nod to the Losi Tenacity TT Pro. All right, fellas, I appreciate y'all sticking around watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, dislike, whatever you like. YouTube, and I'm in it.